Okay. So, first of all, I welcome all of you to this event. Thank you all for taking out your time and join this event. I hope you will get a benefit out of this event. So, this event is all about how you integrate out systems with ERP, like Salesforce or SharePoint. That those two we are concentrating on this event. So, myself, Shreelakshmi N S, I am the organizer for Bangalore Out Systems community, working as an assistant manager in KPMG India. So we have our speaker with us, Venkat. He's from TechM. So I'll hand over the session to you, Venkat. All the best. Thank you. And for all the participants, do not forget one most active participant will get a chance to win the swacket, and two winners of the quiz will get a chance to win the swacket or the gift coupons. So all the best. Stay tuned, and I hope you will use this event at the most. Thank you. Over to you, Venkat.
Thank you, Srilashmi. Again, welcome you all for this event and thanks for this opportunity. Uh, Let me share my screen. Uh, I hope my screen is visible, correct, Srilashmi?
Yes, it is.
Okay. First of all, good afternoon and good morning to everyone. So this event is about this OutSystem integration with ERP, right? So basically, in my overall experience, I come across integrating with the SharePoint Online and Salesforce system for the data data storage and retrieval, all those things, all those methods. So I'll be covering this on what are the ways we can do this integration with OutSystems. Yeah. So slides. So we have so many capabilities in our systems. For example, we have the integration builder, and there are specifically designed connectors available in the Forge for all these things. All the out systems, some customers will go with only for the front end and only for the back end. Front end, I mean only for the UI, all those links, and some customers will only host things on the database level, and some customers will go end to end database also. They will use OutSystems and they will use everything like that. So some customers will keep the database in the centralized repository for other system to communicate. In that case, we will be in a situation to making an API API connectivity with those systems. For example, either let's say it as a Salesforce or file upload, all those things in the SharePoint Online. Nowadays, it became automated, right? In our application itself, we can upload the file into SharePoint Online, Microsoft, which is, and all the database things. Example, entities creation and data retrieval, data updation, all those things we will be doing it in Salesforce for some cases, right? So we have so many things available. For example, we can connect with all the databases also, like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and IDB2 with our through our systems through this integration builder and integration manager thing, and other enterprise systems such as SAP, Salesforce, Microsoft, and Microsoft Database and SharePoint Online. This feasibility and features also available. And along with this, apart from this accelerators provided by OutSystems, we do have few assets available in our. There are many assets actually in the Forge to communicate and do our needs uh, in a day-to-day application development. So let me jump deeper into it. Yeah. So first of all, we have a thing called integration builder, accelerator in our systems. So integration builder, when you start application, you get a requirement to come make your database update or a database call or retrieve a data from any of the third party system. In our example, let's take a Salesforce. What you will do, this Salesforce team will expose an API for the list of tables. For example, one table we need to update. We will be receiving the data in our out system application, and in the form that data we need to send it to Salesforce. Means first we will be creating an API for getting for the authentication API. Then with the authentication, and after the authentication, we will be sending the particular the Salesforce team has to provide us expose us the API for us. This API we can use to update that particular table in their table or entity in their Salesforce. So these things while creating it will be difficult, right? Some few things we might miss out, and the what are the things, it's a tiresome process when we miss something. And this should be robust also, because when we consume any of the integration or API, this will be available. This can be consumed by other applications also within our environment. For our from our environment we might be developing so many applications, right? So in that we can do that. So integration builder makes the life easier in that way. uh, so it's like we can configure once and we can use multiple times for all the applications. You just need to configure the connections. Once you set up the integration through integration builder for your third party system, let's say Salesforce, after that you assign the connection to your application. After that we can start using the things team integration peacefully, so without any interruption, without any issues. All this authentication, all those things while in the initial setup itself taken care by integration builder. uh, yeah, let me go through the next step. So you see this integration builder, right? Integration builder is I would like to show you in the browser. So this is my personal environment where we have the integration builder. So in this integration builder you can create any integration um, by just clicking on this button. We have all the options as we discussed: Dataverse, Dynamics, Salesforce. So I just go with the Salesforce. First thing is I don't have any connections, any integrations already created for the Salesforce. So first thing is we need to provide a permission, because OutSystems is a, like for us how Salesforce is third party, for Salesforce OutSystems is a third party. So we don't have access on that. So we need to request a permission to access the resources from the Salesforce. So for that, we need to specify the environment. Once we click connect, if you are a Salesforce administrator, if you have the admin permission, if you have the admin permission, then it will be you will be able to log into the sandbox and you will be approving. Once you approved, you will be seeing the set of objects. For example, can show it on the PPT how the objects, the subsequent steps. Yeah, for example, first in the Salesforce integration, right? Object in the object meaning tables, entities. uh, Entities, there are standard and custom objects. Standard means Salesforce itself default tables, the system tables I would say. Custom means which we are creating for our purpose. Okay, these all these kind of objects we can consume through our integration builder with all the methods: get, update, patch, post, all those methods we can consume. Um, so the next step, I just wanted to give a highlight on this. um, so next step on the integration builder is like once you configured your integration, once you authorize with the administration permission, Salesforce administration permission, you will be seeing all the objects available for your uh, what are the objects you want to consume through this integration. Objects means, as I said, entities. In our OutSystems terms, these are entities. In Salesforce terms, there are objects. So there are standard objects, custom objects. Standard means system level. Custom means what we create for our application. So these objects are available. So you can, once you select the objects, means these objects only are all the methods will be available to integrate. Okay, only these objects you can access through this integration. So once you select these objects, then the next step will be the reviewing of our integration. uh, Integration builder itself does all the activities which are required for our setup. It will be creating the module name with this is the module name it will be automatically creating, rather than we create in our application manually all those things. So it is reducing all the works. Next step is and what Salesforce account we will be accessing it, that account, and how many objects you selected in the second step. Then after this, once you review it and you accept it, the next step you will go into the publish. So once you publish now, your connector will be published. For example, this integration will be published in your environment. In environment, your Salesforce integration has been published, a module has been created. This module has been created. Now first thing is you authorized Outsystems to communicate with Salesforce. Like that you got all your objects. Salesforce has exposed the objects in the second step. The first step is once you authorize it, Salesforce is giving a way for you to access the object. So all this object you accessed it, then you are reviewing that all those things, then you are publishing. Once you published, you have made the integration available, your environment, everything is available from Salesforce, from Outsystems. Now you need to connect this integration, you need to bridge between Outsystems and Salesforce. So for that we have another tool called integration manager, uh, that I will that I would like to show example. For example, once you connected here, integration manager, we will go. So since I don't have any connections available, those connection, as I said in our PPT, here we see these connections, right? Connect integration. So this step will be carried out in integration manager. Go to integration manager. Now you set up your authorized your connection with Outsystems, you selected the objects, you created the integration, and you published in your development environment. Then you will be connecting your integration with Outsystems. For that, you need to go to integration manager. So the first four steps happened in integration builder. The last step will be taking place in integration manager. So now once you, this is the integration manager, all the personal environment have access to the integration builder as well as the integration manager. I don't have any that Salesforce account or a Microsoft account, personal account to demonstrate it, but the steps are pretty simple. That's why I just go with this screenshot of this. Yeah. So once you create a connection here, since I don't have any connection, right, it is asking me what connections you want to create. These are database, okay. Salesforce or ERP systems, these are database. So this is our Salesforce and SharePoint, all those things are not listed here. If you want to create a connection, that step also I will show you. uh, Sorry for this. Yeah. So now once you are into integration manager, the next step is the integration manager. Then your module will be displayed, what you have created in this fourth step. Then you will be selecting your connection which is already available. If you don't have your connection, you can click new connection and you can create your new connection. That new connection, for creating a new connection, you will be getting this permission level request. We need to create access it through integration builder. Integration manager should get the permission from a Salesforce administrator to perform, create, update all those methods, operations, delete, get all those methods, all those operations in through Outsystems. So for that, if you are an admin, you can directly provide these details, consumer key, Salesforce username, all those things, and what type of certificate you are accessing it. It depends on the customer, and these certificates are depends on the restriction protocols what they are following. And then once you configure it, your connection will be created. If the connection, if you don't have any admin role in Salesforce, you can access it in the you can send an email to the admin. Once admin fills, he will get a link with this. Once he fills the details and approves it, your connection will automatically get created in integration builder. So the next step will be uh, so once the connection has been created, you can assign your connection. That's what is mentioned in this diagram. For example, once your connection has been created in the integration manager through integration builder, for development environment you can have one connection, for quality environment you can have one connection, for production environment you can have one connection, just for the maintenance and security also. Rather, all are going to be using the same third party system only, same process only, just the connections are duplicate. You can create a new connection for each environment once you deploy your code into higher level. So each connection you can create in the each environment separately. So once that is done, you can access your modules. That is done, you can access your modules like this, that will be available in our environment. So in the Salesforce connector, I would say, like, this is just one sample module. So like this, you can take a dependency of that module. Through this we will take a dependency, right? So the modules we can take, and we can access the all the methods available, create new folder, delete, all these things, which will be automatically coming from Salesforce. Through Salesforce connector, I can show you this. This is a Forge component which we have. So as I said, for there are standard objects, I was telling you, right? So accounts, campaigns, these are all standard objects in Salesforce. If you have any custom objects, those custom objects you can create it, and you can that is, once you select it in your integration, that also will be automatically coming up like this in our dependency. Once you take dependency, those methods will be available, which you can use it in your application development. Um, the why these are Forge connectors, okay? These are Forge components which are available from the starting, before integration builder and all came into picture. We used this initially. So these are also like, once you configure it and everything, the authentication, all those things, you will be manually doing it. But integration builder is just like that. Everything it's automatically taken care. Just the module, everything you can just drag and drop your method, what create or creator, update, delete, everything, all the authentication will be handled through the setup we have done separately in integration builder. So this is the difference in the Forge connectors which we have, and that is the benefit we get from integration builder, and which we use the integration builder. The main difference, I would say, is the to connect through any external system, right? To connect through any external system, the if you are using any REST APIs or the API methods manually you create, first thing is the client ID, client secret, all those things. You need to register yourself as your application as add-in in the system. For example, in the SharePoint Online, you will be registering your application as an add-in. Then you will be getting your client ID, client secret, and tenant ID details. Then you will be manually getting those details, and you will be configuring in your site properties. So with that, you will be getting your access token, and with that access token you will be communicating with the SharePoint Online for the get, upload, delete, all those things. See this, through the integration builder, all this manual process are taken care. In a single few clicks, this accelerator has solved our problem. With If we go with this few of the directly manually create any of the APIs, without that, we can go with this integration builder. And these are also the majorly used connectors which we are available in the Forge assets, like Salesforce connector, for which I showed you in the Service Studio, and SharePoint Online integration, where we upload the files, all those things from our Outsystems application. Mm, so as I said, like, every personal environment will have access with the integration builder. The prerequisites are, like, you have your environment up and running, that's all. And you will be needing the system, the third party system which you are accessing, right? You should be having at least a trial account to test it out, those things, with a subscription or a trial account or actual account, all those things. uh, Next point is like the SharePoint Online integration. So I'd like to take a pause. Uh, Anything, anything which I explained, guys, I mean, any questions?
Hello, Venkatesh.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, my name is Kia.
Hi, hi.
What I was saying that a demo could have been great
Mm,
because there is much more than just presentation. Because by my personal experience with this Salesforce connector was
mm,
when you add the, the wizard way, what actually happens is like it creates a lot of CRUD operations in the
mm.
DRP module.
Yeah.
Okay. So ultimately, what happens is like, okay, there is nothing wrong with the current implementation, but when you're talking from the licensing perspective,
Mm,
okay, it adds a lot of, it has a big implications in your licensing.
okay.
So, for example, if you are taking one object from Salesforce that has multiple child objects, okay,
Mm, mm.
this does create or add more entities inside it.
Yeah. Mm,
Okay, and for each object, it add 5 operations.
mm.
And if you
Yeah.
understand the licensing of AO,
Mm,
and each of them is multiplied by 5.
mm.
So
Yeah.
so it's good. There is no two ways about it. But when it comes to the licensing, we faced a lot of challenge. So what we had to do was we build it using this integration builder.
Mm,
Then we customize to fit into our need.
okay. Yeah. Things which we needed, you kept, and other things you uh, like. Okay.
Okay, I'll put it this way. Like using this, it produced a component that has around AO of 90.
Mm,
We modified this, so it's come down to 15.
okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
if you, somebody from the product team out here, maybe they can give some insight into, if they have some plans of optimizing these things, that would be great.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank.
Thank you, Sia, for adding your point and explaining
Yeah.
the complexity behind the integration and how you did overcome.
Yeah,
So that's what matters.
yeah,
So thank you. Thank you for adding your point.
yeah. This is very easy to implement as long as you have an unlimited license. AO,
Yeah.
no problem. Go ahead with it. Otherwise, you have to be very cautious when you are using components like this.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah. By default, we will be getting more.
Yeah,
iOS. Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So I'll jump into the SharePoint online
yeah,
if there are. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Venkat, before that,
Uh,
there are the three questions that
okay.
we could take it up quickly.
Okay. Sure.
So,
Yes.
there is a question from Mayur. So,
Uh,
can we connect the non-relational database such as MongoDB through the integration builder?
yeah. That is also. I think that is also possible in this integration builder. I have not tried that, but it should be possible in this. Yeah.
Okay. And
Mm.
will the records from the entities or objects is in JSON whenever you are connecting to the Salesforce?
Yes, it will be in JSON. For example, through this connector, it is in the JSON format, and through integration builder also, if you connect, it will be in JSON. Yeah.
Okay.
it first comes to the DRV. Okay, the DRV
Yes.
layer has the structure. So this JSON is converted to the equivalent structures, and what you get outside the IS is the list of the values in the structure format. So we really don't
Yes.
have to play with the JSON at all
Yeah.
directly.
We don't parse
Correct.
it to anything else. Yeah. Correct.
So, yeah, since we already have the
Mm.
inbuilt serializer and deserializer from Outsystems,
Yeah,
so that made our life easy.
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, in the DRV you have this is basically calling the Salesforce REST endpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So what this does is it creates an authentication token, and if
Mm-hmm.
it is expired, it's again retry it, and it makes the call to the Salesforce, get the data, convert to the structures, and it returns you.
Okay, that's perfect. So, Mayur, you got the perfect answer from the experts. So, I hope it is clear for you now.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So, yes, Venkat, we can move to the next part.
Okay. You said three questions, right? Okay. Fine.
Yeah, the other one was this integration is available in ODC or not. So I hope it has been already answered in the chat
Okay.
by the co-participants.
Okay.
So
Fine.
yeah.
Fine. So applications have there from
We lost
existing.
you.
Hello.
We lost you. Yeah, you can start.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. Like the as we go into the more cloud, right? So SharePoint, other the older applications which we are using, and the most of them are on premises. So now other organizations and some customers are moving into the SharePoint Online for all the file management, which they are using in their day-to-day process. So in our application also, when we upload any file, we can't, if we store it in our database and if we keep on retrieving it, right, at the time everything will be taking a lot of time, right? So even our customers might move it into the any of the system, data management systems, data storage systems, where we will save, we will get a metadata to store it in our side, and once whenever we need, we make a API call with the metadata and we will fetch the file from the third party system. So I'm seeing like that only as a SharePoint Online as a repository. So since it is a repository, so you once you upload a file and you get it now, same this process is also same like a Salesforce. Once you go through the SharePoint Online, same like how we said about the Salesforce administrator role, you might require a Microsoft administrator role, or you need a contact to approve your request through the integration builder and managers. uh, Either that, if you are going through the integration builder that way, or if you are going through the component, whether it is customized in our Forge, as you have said. And with that, if you want to go, you might need your client ID, client secret, tenant ID, all these things. You need to register your application as add-in in your Salesforce, in your Microsoft SharePoint as add-in. Then you need to generate these details and you need to configure it. Once you configure it, you can use it in your authentication API as a first to establish a session. Then with that session, you can use the access token. With the access token, we can access your methods. So as I said about the Salesforce, same like you need your Microsoft administrator role, and you need to authorize the integration builder in your Microsoft account, as you did in Salesforce. Then integration manager in your Azure Active Directory, because this is like, Microsoft, it's linked with our SSO login, all these things now. So once you upload a file, it is going to the SharePoint. So you might require this permission as well in this case. Uh, then which site you want to access through your Outsystems, the site, that thing. Then once your configuration is done, as I said, the connection details you can configure in the integration manager. And if you don't have the administrator role, integration builder can send, you can request your administrator for approving your connection request. Once it is approved, you can, uh, you can use the connection for your application. So like same process as I was showing. So this diagram, if you see this integration builder, same, you can have three connections on each environment for the security and the maintenance purpose. So DRV and IS modules will be created in our environment, and you can customize it if required as per your need. Yeah. So with this SharePoint Online also we can access through this integration builder, either this way or through the some of the Forge connectors. For example, I have installed the SharePoint IS connector. Here to get the access token, you need this client ID, client secret, and tenant ID and the resource ID. So these details you need to manually register in the SharePoint, Microsoft SharePoint, and get it if you are going with this kind of connector to pass these values. If you are, if you don't want, and you need to get token, first you will be calling the get token API, then you will be calling this. With that you will be getting your responses token type. You will be establishing a session first, then that you will be passing this token inside this second API like this. The response you will be passing, the token you will be passing here for the create new folder with the site path, everything. Then once this is manually you do it, and might do some mistake, and it is some process also. The integration builder will generate these actions, make it will make it available to you for the SharePoint Online integration. um, yeah. So the major purpose is the manual work is reduced through integration builder. With single click with a few permission levels, you can access, you can start implementing your integration from Outsystems to SharePoint Online. uh, so the steps are also same, for the integration. Just replace SharePoint Salesforce with the SharePoint Online, and instead of the object, you will be getting your the site level permissions. Then once you select all the, you follow the steps, once you publish your integration, uh, these two modules will be generated. I know it's not pretty blurred, but you'll see the IS module and the DRV module. So this IS and DRV, these two modules, for any integration you create in our integration builder, these two modules will get created by default. So when you have said about the DRV module, this DRV module is the one which is converting any type of response into a structure as a JSON. Then you will be getting it in your application. And if you have the option for this allow editing in Service Studio, if you keep this as on, then you can modify this module by yourself in your Service Studio, not yourself or anybody who have the change and deploy permissions. If you make this as turned off, you can't modify this. You might have to open a clone and doing it, you're restricting it. That is the thing. And same steps you need to follow. Once you published your connection, once you published your integration, you will be redirected to the next integration manager in the next step. Then with the, you might be engaging with the SharePoint team with the admin role, or if you have the admin role, create a connection. If you don't have the admin role, request the approval for your connection to communicate with to make OutSystem communicate with the SharePoint Online. Once that is done, again you can assign your connection to your integration. Here you can assign your connection which you created. So now you made it available in your development environment to access. You upload a file, retrieve a file, all this, whatever the functions you want to do. Now you assign the connection, right? This will be available only in the development environment. The moment you deploy it now, you might have to go to the integration builder again. You can either create a new connection or you can assign the existing connection. As a best practice, you can go with the new connection, just like duplicating the same connection, so that nobody changes the other environments. When you change, it won't impact the other things. This is about the SharePoint Online integration as well. Mostly, either we can go with the uh, integration builder, or we have some pretty good components also available in our Forge for this, as Salesforce connector or SharePoint integration or online integration. We can use these things, and the manual process will be reduced if we use the integration builder, and that will be maintenance also will be reduced. Yeah. Uh, So this is about the SharePoint online integration as well. So any questions or anything?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, is there any performance bottleneck between, let's say, that I use Forge component for the connector,
Okay.
or I directly use integration method? Is
You
there
can
any
direct.
performance
Yeah.
bottleneck?
For example, you can directly use a integration builder for SharePoint Online. Same thing, it will be doing it. Only this manual process initially you are configuring, na? Those registering your app as admin, all those process will be reduced. You don't need to do it separately for all the higher environments. You can use the integration builder, and it's coming with the OutSystems as accelerated, right? So is
Yeah.
maintenance will be easy. And performance wise, I don't see both are I think this is better than integration builder is better than the app. You have the connector, because yeah, since our system has a trusted components also, but they provide, they suggest these things for our application development. Yeah.
My next question is, let's say I use Forge component.
Okay.
So now when it comes to production environment, same
Mm,
thing I have to do, like to create a connection and like
yeah.
create an integration and then
uh,
again create a connection.
your integration will be there. For connection you might have to, you need to create it, not you need to create your connection, or you can use the existing connection also. But I'm saying it's up to you, like, but as a maintainability, if you use the same connection for all the environment, some people won't prefer it. If in dev, if someone removing or if someone doing anything on that, it should not impact, right? So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, Mayur, I mean, basically, when you deploy this into production, okay, you will not be going to create an extension to the production. Rather, the extension is deployed to the production,
Hmm.
basically the IS and ERP.
Yeah.
The only thing that you will be doing there is the connection manager. There's a component called connection manager, using which you will be creating connection for the production environment. Then you will be mapping it.
Yeah. So here,
This one, yeah,
integration manager.
yeah,
So both work hand in hand, integration builder and integration manager. The
yeah.
first of 90% you will do it in integration builder, the remaining 10% you will do it in the integration manager.
Right. As a practice, your integrations are built in the development.
Hmm.
Then you will be testing it,
Deploying it.
then deploying it to the staging, to the production. And the only thing that you will be doing is the connection.
Connection. So
Yeah.
like the DRV module and the IS module will be available to me in the production environment.
Yes, yes, yes.
Am I
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Venkatesh. Thank you, Sia.
Okay. Thank you. Uh, so anybody have any other questions or anything to highlight? Anything to share with us? Share with me.
Uh, Anyone has any questions? Okay, so if
Uh,
not, thank you, Venkat, for
okay.
the wonderful session. I hope it is helpful for all the participants over here. So, I'll share the screen if you could stop sharing, Venkat.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once again, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay.
Right.
So I'll just wait for 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions, you can put it in the chat. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next part of the event. I would take this as a no, and it will be great if you are comfortable to turn on your camera, so that I'll just take a screenshot to showcase in our community or in the LinkedIn. Thank you all for turning on the camera. It is good to see you guys. Okay, yes. Uh, I hope you guys have enjoyed the session. While we move on to the next part, I'll just take a screenshot, have a smiling face. Yes, I took a better picture. Thank you. Okay, so I'll take the screen from you. Yes. So I have been hearing in my past events that you guys wanted to look into the videos, recording sessions. So you just want to refer in future. So for that, we have now created a channel in YouTube. So it is Bangalore OSUG. So you can scan the QR code to subscribe to the channel, and you can refer to all the past event videos that we have. I have uploaded everything over there, and this session video will also be uploaded in the same. I'll just put this link in the chat. Uh, okay, later I will put it because I'm unable to copy now. Okay, so you guys can see my screen, right? Venkat, can you confirm?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the QR
Okay.
code.
Yeah. So I hope you all have the QR code with you, and I'll put the link in the chat. 1 minute. Yes, you have it in the chat. And moving on to the next part. So this is regarding the regarding your interest in participating for the in-person events that we will be having in future in Bangalore. So your feedback really does matter for us in order to improve the event quality and type of sessions you want, type of topics that you want to cover. So those things you can put it over here, and also if you wish to, suggest any topic that you want to have a session in the future, like you want me to organize an event on a specific topic, please DM me here. So send it in DM because I lose the chat if you put it in the comment chat. So please DM me if you have any topic that you want an event to be conducted, and please scan this QR code. And again, I'll put this link on the chat. Um, if the if some of you doesn't, I mean, you some of you can't scan the QR code, so you have the link in the chat, and I will wait for 5 minutes because I really need your feedback. So I'll just wait for your feedback, and I'll watch out the chat for dance. So once I get more dance on the chat, then I'll move on to the quiz part. So I'll wait for another 4 minutes. And also, I'm watching out my DM if you have any topic to suggest. I have received only two dance in 2 minutes. Guys, please do submit your feedback. I got only six dance now. Thank you, Mayur. Please do share your feedback. Okay, I'm receiving dance around 10 to 12 dance. Guys, we have 50 participants. So it, I guess it won't take more than a minute to share your feedback. So I'll just wait for another 1 minute. Last 1 minute I'll wait, and then we'll move on to the next exciting part of the event. Now I am happy. I am receiving many duns. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of the event, which is quiz. So, Venkat, I would need your help over here because I just want you to look out the chat and let me know who answers the first.
Right.
So, I would need your help over
Sure,
here.
sure, sure.
So, for that, just to help you, what I'll do, you guys can stop pinging done over here because I'm segregating the chat to be quiz. So I'll tell you the rules of the quiz first. So as soon as the question appears, I'll read out, and next you will get the options. So once you get the options over there, you have to type in the full answer, because in last event there was some bad thing which happened in the quiz. So I don't want the actual winner to lose the opportunity to win the prize. So for that reason, do not just type in the options like A, B, C, D. I want the full answer to be put in the chat. So first, I'll just show up a demo question just to see how you guys will play. So the first question will not have any prize. It is just a demo question. So I'll display the first question. Does OutSystems support integration with external databases? And the options are, and I hope you guys know the rules. Once the options are displayed over here, I want you to type in the full answer. Let's see who wins the first.
I,
Uh,
I think Srishmi, you need a better tool for this. like
yeah. I need, but like soon we are getting that. So it has its own limitation. I will put it in that way. So we are tweaking that out a little.
Great.
So once that is done, I can just bring it up in the event.
Yeah.
So just to see who has answered, see all this, yes, I guess you guys have answered before the options were displayed, so that will not be considered. So it should be like Bashir has answered. So it should be like A and true. So you should answer in such a way that you should include the options also. And even Ashish has answered A true. So that is the best way to answer. Uh, yes. So let's go to the real questions now. So the first question here, which is the accelerator provided by OutSystems to achieve integration faster? And the options are Integration Studio, Integration Manager, Integration Builder, and Experience Builder. Okay. And the answer, Venkat, I really need your help. Just
Yeah.
look at the. No, Madhava, you have put in A, Integration Builder. No. Okay, Saiful is the first one to answer. C,
Yeah.
Integration Builder.
Saiful.
Congratulations, Saiful. I guess uh, you won the first question. And saying that, please put your email ID in the DM to me. And moving on to the next question. So, which types of object in Salesforce can be consumed in OutSystems? And the options are regular and simple, simple and standard, standard and custom, custom and regular. Let's see. Okay, I got the answer from C, standard and custom, Sabin Joy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sabin Joy. So we have our winners for the event, Saiful and Sabin Joy. So I hope you guys had a great time, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the event and you have submitted your true feedback. And thank you all again for taking out your time and joining this event. I hope to see all of you in the next event. So, thank you all again. You have a wonderful time, and all the best for all the other participants who didn't win in the quiz. All the best for the next event. Please do participate and get a chance to win. Thank you, Venkat, for the wonderful session, and special thanks to Sia. So, you have added a value to this event. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Well,
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Rishmi, I have shared my email with you.
Thank you, Zia. Thank you so
Okay then.
much.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next event.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.